Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah, dear middle two students. Today we are going to make a quick revision based on part of lesson 2, which is metals and non-metals, and the third lesson. This is very important for the next quiz, okay? And for the quiz next week, inshallah. Let's go to part 1 of the exercise. Question 1, choose the correct answer. We have which of the following elements is an alkali metals and light in period 3. If we look at alkali metals, we started with hydrogen, period 1, lithium, period 2, and period 3, it must be 1 electron in the outermost. So 281, it's 11. So we must choose here sodium. Number 2, all these alkali metals floats on water. وإحنا عارفين floats on water. عندنا 3 هنا floats on water, except 1. Potassium floats on water, sodium floats on water, lithium floats on water because all of them have density lower than the density of water. So the cesium is the only one who will sink. There is another one which is rubidium, by the way. Rubidium will sink also. Which of the following belongs to the same group in the periodic table? تعالوا نشوف. Alkali metals فيها ايه؟ lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium أو cesium rubidium. تعالوا نشوف هنا. لا rubidium cesium. تبقى Na and Li. Most alkali metals have low density. Another type of questions, write the scientific term. The non-metal which is used preservation of eye cornea. It's nitrogen, liquefied nitrogen. The halogen which exists in solid state. At the halogens we have 2 gases, fluorine and chlorine. And we have only bromine, which is, or bromine, which is a liquid, and the only solid here is, which is iodine. Elements of group 1A in the periodic table called alkali metals. The group which located on the right side of the periodic table and before 0 group, supposed to be group 7A or 17. So they are halogens. The halogen which exists in the liquid state, let's say iodine, chlorine, fluorine gases, and bromine is the liquid. Give reasons for each of the following. Alkali metals are monovalent, and also halogens are monovalent. Like in the reason here, different than the other one. Here, if I asked you about the alkali metals, so the answer is supposed to be because they tend to lose 1 electron during chemical reaction. But if I asked you about the halogens, why the halogens are monovalent elements, the answer is going to be because they are going or tend to gain 1 electron during the chemical reaction. But both of them are monovalent. The reason is different. Bromine cannot replace chlorine. If we look at the top of this group, it's fluorine, so it's stronger than, I'll replace the chlorine, then it comes bromine and then iodine. So chlorine can replace bromine, but it's not vice versa, because bromine is more active. I'm sorry, bromine is less active. Elements of group 1A, they are called alkali metals. Alkali metals because they dissolve in water, giving alkaline solution of alkalis. Silicon is used in manufacturing of electron. This depends on the properties of silicon, and it has a very good property, which is that silicon is a semiconductor. So it conducts electricity only on the normal temperature, but when the temperature arises more and more and become heated, okay, so it's very hot, it will not conduct electricity, it will stop conducting. So it's a semiconductor, and the conductivity depends on the temperature. Solution of magnesium oxide in water turn the violet litmus solution into blue. If I put magnesium oxide in water, it's a basic oxide. So it gives me magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide, this is an alkaline solution. Any alkaline solution must turn the litmus into blue, or the red litmus into blue. Write the symbolic equation. Here adding HCl to the piece of magnesium. Piece of magnesium, Mg plus HCl, the result is going to be magnesium chloride and a hydrogen gas evolves. So MgCl2 plus H2. Burning of magnesium strip in air and then adding some water. There are two reactions here. Burning the magnesium in air, Mg plus O2 to MgO, or 2Mg plus O2. Double MgO, this is a basic oxide. It dissolves in water. MgO plus water, you need magnesium hydroxide, which is an alkaline solution. So here are the two reactions. Burning a piece of coal in air, carbon plus oxygen, C plus O2. It's very simple, CO2. If we are going to CO2, which is an acidic oxide because it's a non-metallic oxide, we are going to add water to it. It's going to give me acidic solution, which H2CO3 carbonic acid. Mention the uses of the following elements in modern techniques. Copal 60. We used copal 60 as a food preservation because the property of copal 60 that emits gamma rays. What will happen if it emits gamma rays inside the food, which we are going to preserve? The gamma rays stop the reproduction of microbial cells. In microbes, it's going to reproduce very fast. This will spoil the food. So we need something here to do. By adding a small amount of this copal 60, the gamma rays emitted from this copal 60 will stop the reproduction, and then of the microbial cells, the microbe will die. Also, it doesn't harm the human, which is a good something in it. Liquid sodium. We can use the property of sodium. One of the properties of sodium is that it is a good conductor of heat. So it's needed to transfer the heat from inside something called nuclear reactor to outside the nuclear reactor. This sodium with the heat, with the enormous amount of heat, used to boil the water, and the steams comes from the waters, go to the turbines to generate electricity. Study the following figure, which represents section of the periodic table, and answer the following. We are going to start here. Here is a simple, it's not a real simple, it's just letters, okay? But this is a part of the periodic table. Here is group 1, 2, until group 18, and this is period 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the symbols which indicate the following? Inert gas. Inert gas supposed to be 0 group. We have here N and O. It's not nitrogen, by the way. It's just random symbols. So N and O in group 18 or group 0, which are inert gas. Alkali metal group 1A. So it's the first one. It means A and B here. Halogen, they are in group 7E, the group before the last group, which is L and M. L and M. So complete the following. Rubidium and cesium. Now water, floats on water or sink in water? I think sink in water because their density are higher than the water density. Halogens are among which type, one of a type of flux. I think this is the right, so it's supposed to be P block, and they are located on the right side of the periodic table just before group 18, which are inert gas. Dot plus dot equal 2NaOH. I think that we have to write here or draw something like this. It is cursor. So here is Na plus water, H2O. Okay, so it's H2O. Okay, so the result is Na plus H2O. Okay, if I needed to balance it, it's 2 Na. Okay. Another one. Here, another one. So Cl2 plus 2 kBr. Cl can replace the Br2. So we need here to put the cursor first, and the Br2 must be Br2 and 2 KCl is the result. Okay. So there is the answer for these questions. Number 5, dot replaces chlorine or chlorine in its salt. We have only one option. Above chlorine, only one element, which is fluorine. So the fluorine is the only halogen that can replace the chlorine. Well, that was the last question in our revision for a part of lesson 2 and lesson 3 to prepare ourselves for the next exam. Thank you and see you in the next time, inshallah. Thank you and goodbye.